Hello, Sandra Embleton here. Um, let's just pick up after we were cut off there. Just go into what it is. That's really going on. I'm just finding I'm off my game a bit because the energies are so weird. I've been sleeping a lot, like pressure, like it's like you got to have a nap now. And it's like if you don't, you start dropping things, and you got to go lie down, and like you lie down, and all of a sudden, it's like this fire hose of pressure coming in on me, and I'm like lying back going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's just so much energy coming in, and I literally can't move. Like I'm just like, oh, I can't move. I just am so relaxed. But it's like I'm taking it all in. I'm feeling it. I'm allowing it in. I'm integrating it. I'm releasing resistance to it, and just submitting myself. And in a way, it's hard because you're going, how long is this going to take? But at the same time, you're proud of yourself because you're submitting to the higher guidance of spirit that's coming in and downloading information into you. Yeah, there's somebody on. That's out there right now, Sam the Illusionist, and he does that. You see him lying down and the being speaking through him. I just seem to find for me, I'll lie down and I'll just be bombarded with the energy, just pumped through me. So I know I'm getting it. I know I'm integrating the information, and it's a good thing because it's easy to fall off track when you're a starseed from the future. You're here from the future, and you're doing your best to complete the purpose, your purpose and your reason for being here. So if you come from your future self and you're here, you have a vested interest in mankind to helping people get through this time period, because it's not pleasant, and it's not pleasant right now. Like I'm finding the last few days have been really more, just, I don't know, funky energy, weird things on Sunday. Everything didn't click. Things fell apart. I was supposed to go away up north, and it fell apart. But what was wild was that I couldn't seem to pack either. I knew I was going, and for 3 or 4 days where I should have been packing, I wasn't doing anything. I just wasn't making a move to go away. So my inner self didn't put me through too much work to get ready to somewhere where I wasn't going to go anyway. And even though I was trying to go there, the universe worked itself so that I would not be able to go there, because there's something else the universe, spirit, God needs from me. And I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is that I'm to be doing. So I'm going to share something very personal, because my job and how I look at things is that I'm here to watch out and to be present and waiting for the Christ when he returns. So my life is always on the lookout for him, wondering has that Christ conscious energy is here to connect with me again, because that's God. Is that twin flame mirror here to connect with me again in this incarnation? Seeing that, the twin in the higher realms, my God mirror, this man was used by God to come through to love me, and I, as the divine feminine in the higher vibrational states, Goddess, comes through me to be God and mirror that reflection of God in our eyes, in the soul's eyes, right? So that being, that Christ conscious being, is returning, and I'm on the lookout for when and where and how he will manifest, who he will walk in through, if he's manifested out of the field back into his original body. That would be surprising for me, but I'm going to be open to any miracle. I'm just watching. I'm observing. I'm looking for signs that are telling me that I'm on the right track. I'm always looking for those signs, and that I'm in alignment with the flow. When Spirit whispers to me, go here, go there, I do it. I'm as obedient as I can to that first voice. And so I can be overzealous. I can be over listening, maybe trying to make something out of something. Should that be that? I'm always asking questions, but that's good. If you're on the journey, you need to constantly ask good questions to be guided into where it is that you're meant to be going at any given time. So I had something really weird happen on Wednesday, and I was I'd gone up to Dixie Mall to exchange some clothes and get a few things, and then I heard, well, I'll go down Lakeshore to go home. So I go down Dixie Road to hit Lakeshore, and I head towards Port Credit. And then as I head towards Port Credit, I just hear the thought, oh, why don't you go in that thrift store and see if the Mists of Avalon are available? And I said, okay, because my friend, before our last few years, everyone maybe not out shopping as much as they would have. I was hoping she said there are 3 copies there. And I said, maybe there's one left. Maybe I could go in and find a copy of Mists of Avalon. So in I go, and I'm looking at all the books. They have a really nice bookshelf in this thrift shop, second time around shop. I'll give you some clues as I'm trying to decipher them myself. And I'm standing there, and there's this one fellow. I turned, he looked like an elf or a fairy. He was Irish, black hair, and little guy. And I looked at him, I thought, oh my God, he seemed like he was an Irish fairy, or something like Leprechaun or something like that. Anyway, he was there looking for books, and I said, while we're looking, I'm looking for the Mists of Avalon. It's a book about Camelot, and maybe if you see it, let me know. So I'm looking, and he's looking. He didn't really say his name or what he was there for. It was just like he was there, and he started to devote all his energy to helping me find the Mists of Avalon, which was like a helper. Here he is. So I'm looking through these books, and I found, wasn't having success finding Mists of Avalon, but ended up trying to find different books on Camelot. And this one man says, here's the death of Camelot. And I went, oh, I didn't know that happened. And then he handed me the book, and then I opened it. It was about JFK, and I remember someone wrote that book. I've never read it, but here it is. I'm going to get it because I will read that and refresh my memory on all the things that really happened during the death of Camelot. And then other books surfaced, some murder about Lancelot and Guinevere and trying to plot to get rid of Arthur and blah, blah, blah. It was just a little paperback, but that's about Camelot. So I started gathering a few things, and then next thing I know, there's another guy behind me, and I'm looking, and I turn and I go, oh, I'm sorry if I'm in your way, and I'm looking for the Mists of Avalon. This is me, recruit as many people to help you as you can, right? But it's also a way to engage and start conversations, so it's a good thing. So he just said, no, you're not in my way. I'm just looking for books about WW2. And I said, oh, yeah. And then we had a little conversation that ensued around that. So I'm still looking for books, and now he's, looking too. Everyone's looking, we find as many as we can. And then I pull Uther, Uther, and I believe that's King Arthur's father, who put his sword in the stone. And so that the rightful king of England can pull it. That would be his son Arthur. So this book's about Uther, the father of Arthur. So I grabbed that because it's about Camelot. So I did pretty good, but the energy of Camelot was in the thrift store. It was in the store. The energy of Camelot. And then it came that I could, knew people's past lifetimes. And it just kind of comes through me, what they're meant to hear. Pardon me. And then he started saying, what do you think of me? And I said, I think you're an archaeologist, because he was dressed like one. And he didn't understand the terminology. I said, no, it's when you go and dig up old artifacts. You dig in the sand, you're uncovering things in the sand. And so, and he said, oh, so we ended up talking, and I got my books, and he had it out and walked by me, and I'm in line, I'm paying my books, and then I had the thought, well, gee, aren't you going to say goodbye? Because we talked for like 20 minutes, right? And I got my books and went outside, and Disney come up as I'm getting in my car and just said, we really would have some great conversations together. I really thought you're interesting. And I said, I'm always looking to talk to people and have great conversations, philosophical conversations. And I said, I don't have any right now, but I'm open to, to do that. And so we exchanged numbers, and we ended up texting, and then we ended up having breakfast because I wanted to know who this guy was. And the reason I wanted to go, he kept saying, well, who am I? Who is I? And I said, well, I haven't given it any thought, really. And there was a connection that made me, just want to meet and talk further, because I'm always led to people, and people are led to me. And once somebody enters your field, they're there for a reason. Once someone comes into your field of consciousness, you're aware they're there, you have a conversation with them, they now have entered into your field. Now, knowing who I am, knowing that I'm a servant of God, knowing that I'm doing things for God, I know nobody comes into my field unless there's a reason for it. Like, why? What does God? What am I to do here? What's happening? Why has this person come to me? Like, I ask these questions all the time because I'm examining who's come into my field. Because why that is important to me is that you and myself have a field of consciousness, an energy that comes out of us, and it's like a slinky, and it comes out of us, and we're the sender. And this energy, these waves come out from us in all direction, and we create into our awareness those beings that are like us. Those beings that are like us. So out of the void, we create that which we are. And Dr. David Hawkins, that we manifest out of the field that which we are. And so who's in your field? How many people are in your field? What's happening? What kind of individuals are coming into your field? And so when you have conscious awareness of that, you're looking and saying, okay, this person's here, this person's here, this person's here, this person's here. And am I having contact with them today? And am I communicating? In other words, do you get a flash of thought of them during the day? The people that are in your field are thinking of you, and there'll be a flash thought of them. Not always, but when someone's thinking of you and your thought stream is going so quickly, and all of a sudden you get a visual picture of somebody, it means they're in your thought field. It means that they're thinking of you, that there's a chance there's going to be a future connection, because they're really making a telephone call and they're saying, I'm thinking of you and want to connect with you, which might lead to a personal connection, a text message, a personal phone call, traveling in dream world together. People come into your field for a reason. So now you, as a sleuth, as a detective, as an Indiana Jones, you're going to look at your field and you're going to examine who's in your field. Now, I've had some people in my field, and I look at my field as a furrowed piece of acre of land. Let's say you got an acre of land, or a big piece of property then, okay? And you've tilled it. So all the beautiful brown earth is furrowed up, it's furrowed up in big long lines, and it's open for you to plant seeds. Well, in your conscious field, look at who's in that brown field. Like, close your eyes and meditate and see who's in your field. And if somebody's meant to leave your field, see them leaving your field. Like, if they were in your field for a while and they thought they would like to be more involved in your field and what's going on with you, they'll stay. But if they don't want to be involved with what's going on in your field and what you are transmitting and interacting like, they'll leave because they're not interested in being in your field. And they might be really angry people, and they don't want to stay in a field that's not about them, or that's not there's no room for her anger. So then they leave your field. So you see them going, and then you go till up the thing, put a little baking soda or something in there, and clear the land where they were. Now just watch it. It'll probably be barren. And then now look at who else is popping up in your field on a daily basis. So I had an interaction with some fellow on Facebook, and it ended up us having conversations, lengthy conversations, exchanging data with one another. And all of a sudden I see him in my field, and I visualize these people growing like gourds or pumpkins, you know, the heavy cord and the big leaves, and they sprout up people, right? So there's certain people are like planted in my field. And so I look at it like they're vegetables. You're planting, your field is a furrowed piece of land. But in truth, it's like the slinky. It's like all out there. Your field is all out there. But it's a way to bring conscious awareness into who you're at, who's interacting in your field. And here's the thing, you have control over who's in your field. And a lot of people don't understand that. If you are wanting to have somebody removed from your field, like they're negative, they're down, you want to change who's growing in your field, you want to move to a higher frequency density, you're going to have to let go of the lower frequency people, and you're going to have to take them out of your field. So it might help if you visualize that energy that you've been giving them, withdraw it, and move more your energy back into the earth, and don't spend so much time talking to them. Don't spend so much time nurturing them and getting them to grow. If they're fully grown and they're not a benefit or a positive, you can start withdrawing your energy, and then that gourd or pumpkin will shrivel up and die and go back into the earth, and it will leave your field. That person will leave your field. So what we're doing now, and what's coming through right now, is how to clear your field. And you want to plant in the rows positive people. Okay, so I planted right close to me seeds of David Wilcox, and having an interview with David Wilcox, and no, actually more than that. I want to do a segment with him, and I want to spend time with him, and I want to actually come to his place, live there for a bit, and just lift our fields, because there's some things that need to be shared, some truths that need to be said in person, and it takes a while to create a field, a trust field around somebody, and this is a necessary thing for us, because out of that trust base, there's going to be a real solid foundation made of good friends and people that you can trust and count on, that have your best interests at heart, and consequently that love exchange, then they'll start caring about your best interests. To be able to establish a good friend and a good friendship, all friendships are based on trust, mutual trust. And that trust takes time to grow, but it also takes time for the person who has been mistreated by people he did trust or she trusted in the past, and move beyond that fear that people are untrustworthy. You are able to trust someone who is constant, who's not out for themselves, who's not trying to get something from you, but they actually are being drawn to you in your field. So I'm creating this interaction with David Wilcox in my field. And then if David Wilcox is planting any seeds in his field of meeting me, or of meeting somebody that he'll be able to trust, or he'll be able to work with, or hey, I've seen some of Sandra's videos, I want to work with her, I want to do this with her. That would be something like, that's what I'm planting, because I can already see it happening. So yeah, let's see if that works. Likewise, when you want to plant meeting somebody in your field, right? Obviously, everyone's going, oh, Sandra Appleton, Sandra Appleton, I want to meet her. That was just supposed to be a joke, okay? My ego's not that. I'm just saying, you want to plant in your field people that you love, people that are caring, people that you listen to, people that contribute to upliftment, to giving you information. Like I just watched The Cosmic Secret, and man, that was really good. I was surprised at all the new things I learned. Like, it was great. And so I'm really glad I ended up watching that. So now, yeah, I love educating myself every single day and trying to learn things. So we'll see if our fields are meant to connect. And that's how things happen. It's like you want to draw to you the people that you're meant to do the work with. And bring people into your field. Like, they might not be close in your field because your interaction is far away. It might not be for now. It might be even a couple of years from now. Who knows when? Could be immediate. Yeah, you just want to hold yourself out there so that that connection will come to fruition. And if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to, because you have to put the energy into creating, watering, and visualizing what it is you want to create and grow in your field. What do you want to grow in your field? Corn, carrots, potatoes, or people, interactions, energy exchanges. What person have you always wanted to meet? Who do you want to feel their energy, or just acknowledge and just tell them, they've been so much a part of your life. I do. It's like, how do you thank all the great people that made us laugh, that looked after us, that cared for us, that came before us, and have done a great job contributing to mankind? Like, I want to meet those people. I want to meet the people that came here and that did their job. Like I want to marry Dan Aykroyd. He to me is somebody that I don't know, just they're here to make us laugh, and what a great gift that is. And there's so many people that I want to meet, that I want to plant who they are in my field, so that will occur, and that is something that I will create. Okay, I'm talking quite a bit here. Now, let's go back to that person that I met and I had breakfast with. And the reason that I met and had breakfast with him is because he had a good energy to him. And I'm always looking for where Dave is. Who's he going to come back through? Is he going to give me signs? Is it going to be a test? Is he hiding and like it's a game and I have to find him? So that would be just typical of him, because he'd be helping work on me, on my ego, and my because he always used to say, oh, your entitlement, your ego. Yes, okay. So what does that translate to? I don't know. It's kind of like the Kiss the Frog and turns into a prince. It's, don't let outside appearances fool you. Don't let what somebody does, what they look like, or their financial position, or their religion, or their culture, or their age. When you meet somebody, make it soul to soul. Go beyond the illusion of what you're hiding in, what bag of skin that you're putting on and saying, oh yeah, I'm a yoga teacher. Oh yeah, I'm a housewife. Oh yeah, I work in a coffee shop. Oh yeah, I work on Wall Street. Whatever job, whatever you look like, whatever you're doing, what if it's an illusion and it's the soul that you're to seek? It's the soul that makes you calm. It's the soul that makes you peaceful. It's the soul that sees you for the beautiful person that you are. It's the soul that wants you to care for you and nurture you and acknowledge you for being the light that you are without having to change. that is what you seek, someone to be peaceful with, someone that has good energy, that calms you, and that speaks the truth. So that definition is very Christ-like in its nature, isn't it? So what are the clues that I'm to look for, that when someone comes forward, I'm going, is this the Christ? Is this the next Jesus? Is like the body for the Jesus to manifest in? Is this who he's chosen to come through? So that's what I go through. That's what I'm on the lookout for. That's what I'm looking to see, is that presence of God. And would that person be able to be the Christ for us all? And that's the top job. That's a big deal if someone wants to apply and comes forward from spirit to say, yeah, I think I got what it takes to be the Christ. I think I might be a contender. I think Christ might just enter in, and if he wants to use me, then I'm going to let him. Like, that's a knight. That would be a knight of the Round Table. That would be somebody that would sacrifice themselves for the greater good, for mankind, that would allow his body to be used to allow the Christ to come through. And as the opposite, the twin flame, the bride to the bridegroom, as that person that would know him best and is looking for him, the contenders or the suitors to the grail are the ones that come forward and say, yeah, I can be the Christ. I can do that. And it's, how do you choose that person? How do you know it? I think that person would be the one that comes forward to love the grail. To love the grail into her highest vibrational potential. Because that's good for everybody. And the role of the grail is to love the Christ up to joy, up to laughter, up to higher dimensions, to the love of God, to being that co-antenna that connects with Source. And here's the thing. What if it's not just one couple experiencing it? What if we're all experiencing, and this is the voice of it, what if we're all experiencing this time when we're going to find our soul half? And it's like, I almost feel like the energy's being withheld. The love has been, everyone's like, I need love, it's being withdrawn, everything's too scary, we need some love to balance the world. And all of a sudden, whoosh, you get this wave of love coming together, an igniting of the twin flame reunion souls coming together, creating a high enough vibrational frequency that catapults us into higher consciousness. Boom! It's like a flash. Boom! It's like everything's going to happen. And it's everybody working and doing it together. That we're all sending out that love energy. And that is our power, and that is what would terrify me if I was on the other team. How do you stop a wall of love? How do you stop consciousness from rising? How do you stop the eternal, the universal, and the earth consciousness from all congregating and coming into that 0 point, that now point, and bringing all the conscious awareness into the now that exists out there, but bring it into the now. Our consciousness. Meaning we're aware, we're awake, we're realizing, I know more, I see more, I'm happier, I love people I don't want to fight, I want to see where the flow takes me. I want to live every day where I wake up, and I can't wait for my adventure to begin. I'm doing exactly what I'm being led to do. And learning to live in that peaceful state, it's where we are, it's what we're up to, it's what we are, our objective is. So even though in my own personal life, this connection to this Christ energy is this now? Or is this a trick? Is this not real? Is this not happening? Well, it is happening, but what am I going to make it mean? What am I going to make it mean? I trust myself enough to know that when I don't know, I'm going to sit still and watch. Just like if you don't know your twin flame connection, sit still and watch. Watch how you feel. Watch what transpires. And it's the releasing of the judgments that we place around what people look like, what they do, what culture they're from. Can you see a soul for the soul that it is, and how bright does it shine, and how well do you move into eternity together? How well do you connect together? Are you a beautiful figure eight? Are you together united? United. It's not about just becoming united in the body. It's becoming united in the frequency of the one. Are you contributing a good, loving energy out into the universe? Or is there someone else that's better to do that with? Yeah, so I'm just keeping you posted because it's something that I'm going through, and I'm sharing it with you only because I want to keep you informed, because you know I'm on the lookout for the body, for the person where Christ is going to come through and return. So everyone's got their purpose, that's mine. And so I wanted to keep you abreast of it because it's exciting. Yeah, it is. It's really exciting. And I'll keep you posted as things progress. Because I'm on an adventure and I don't know what's around the next corner. I'm kind of going, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I want on this ride. I don't know if I want on this ride. Is this the ride you want to take? I'm not sure I want to go on that ride. And so that's where I am right now. Like, I don't know yet, but as the days go, as events unfold, it could be a really exciting ride. Okay, so stay tuned.